let's look at this example. First thing is we need to get a 1 down here where this 5 is. So I'm going to multiply it by a fifth over a fifth. That gives me on top 3/5 x squared, and on bottom gives me 1/5 x squared plus 1. Now I need to get this into the form 1 minus something. So let's just rearrange the bottom. Top stays the same. The bottom becomes 1 plus 1/5 x squared. Now we need that to be a minus, so I'm just going to change it to minus a negative and put parentheses around there. So now we've got our a is up top, and this is our r. So I can write this in sum notation as sum from 1 to infinity of 3/5 x squared times negative 1/5 x squared to the n minus 1. Now my plan here is to break this up. I'm going to break this piece up into 3 times a fifth times x squared. I'm going to break this up into negative 1 times a fifth times x squared. And we've got to raise that to the n and to the negative 1. So let's break that up. So I got 3, 1/5, x squared, negative 1. I'm going to go ahead and deal with the n and the negative 1. So we get negative 1 to the n, negative 1 to the negative 1, 1/5 to the n, 1/5 to the negative 1, x squared to the n, and x squared to the negative 1. All right, so let's combine together what we can. N goes from 1 to infinity. We've only got a single 3, and it doesn't have an n on it. 1/5. Let's deal with the stuff with the n's first. So we've got this 1/5. Now that 1/5, if we put all these together, that's going to be, in the denominator, I'm going to have 5 raised to the n plus 1 Actually, I see an easier way to do this. Let's cancel things if we can. Up here, we've got 1/5. That's going to cancel with this 1/5 to the negative 1. Is there anything else that'll cancel? This x squared cancels with x squared to the negative 1. And I believe that's it. So what we're left with, we've got the 3 on top. We've got negative 1 to the n minus 1. So dealt with the 3, dealt with the negative 1s. Then let's see, the 5 to the n, that can go on bottom. Since it's 1/5 to the n, it'll be 5 to the n on bottom. And the x to the 2n will go on top. So I'm going to leave it like that.